Howdy folks, Troy with V-Tunes, the V8s. I'm back. I got my tins here, they're all cleared, they're dried. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and sand them out with some 600 in water. I got a nice clean bucket with some clean water. I took my 600 grit paper, I put it in the bucket to soak, that way there any spikes in the paper, it softens the paper up, and if there's spikes, which are little abrasive materials that are adhered to the paper, sometimes it's not even, you get a little spike. This softens up the paper, that stuff falls off so you don't get any real scratching that you don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these all out nice and flat, and then at that point they'll be ready to tape out and put whatever graphic we decide. I'm still really undecided, but I just wanted to come on, show you this. I showed you a shot of what I had before. I just want to touch base with you on this. So I'm going to get these sanded out, then I'll come back on the camera and we'll start taping out some designs. Howdy folks, this is Troy with V-Twins, the V8s, and I'm moving into the next segment on my Paint Your Motorcycle series. This is where we actually come up with a design to put on the tank and fenders that we did in black in the previous segment. So after thinking about it left, right, and which way, I've done flames, I've done fades, I've done metal flake, fish scales, all that stuff. One of the things that I haven't done with you on camera here is an old school, what they call scallop paint job. Basically it looks like these points. So what I did was I took my fenders, I sanded them with 600 wet and dry, got them all cleaned up, and then I went and I laid out this design. Basically what it is, once you see it, you'll be very familiar with it. It looks like you've got your base color, and then your secondary color looks like not, like flames extend like fingers, scallops extend like points. So you don't have all the intricate flowing and everything that you would have with a flame job. It's more or less just straight points. You can taper them and angle them any way you want. So I've got this set of Sportster tins, and I've laid out my scallops, and I've actually put the fine line down, and I've also put some masking tape down so you can actually see what I have. So everything that's underneath this masking tape is the black base coat that I already laid down. Everything that you can see right now is going to be my secondary color, which in this particular case is going to be red. So I'm going to have red, and then I'm going to have black, and then what we'll probably do afterwards is we'll put an accent stripe along the edge of that. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see when we peel it off and say yes or no. So I taped it off so that you can see it. I'm going to come over, I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to show you my other pieces that I just laid the tape out on. So here is my fender, and it's probably hard to see, but my fender's all black. And then I took my fine line, and on this particular fender, you can see this is going to be my area of paint, and then this is my point for my scallop. It goes here, and like that. So this area inside of here is going to be where my red is. Okay, so then we'll come over here, and I'll show you my back fender. Now my back fender is a little bit different, because the back fender, what you have is you have the tail light, you have the license plate bracket, and then you've got either a big seat or a solo seat. This bolt right here is for your big seat, and then this bolt here is for your solo seat. So most of the guys, especially with the sports, they're on a solo seat and then maybe a pad. So what I wanted to do is I wanted you to really be able to see the scallops, but I didn't want to hide it with the seat. Folks, I'm back with my fender. So you're familiar with the Sportster fender. This is where the tail light goes. This is where the license plate bracket goes. This is where the back of your back seat or your back bolt, if you're running a 2-up seat, goes. This right here is where your solo seat goes. So if you look at it like this, you can see this is the solo, this is the back, this is the license plate bracket. I'm going to hold it up like this, and you can see the points that I've got right here. These are going to be your scallops. This is what I have on the side. Now there's a strut that goes right across here, so you're not really going to see this part here, but you're going to have this point that I have here that I arced it so it follows the arc of the fender. I thought it would look pretty cool like that. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to get this fender and the front fender taped off like I did with the tank here, and then we'll get ready to apply the secondary color, which is red. Okay folks, so I'm back here on the project. What I've done now is I've gone ahead, I've taped out both of my fenders, in the pattern that we talked about earlier. So where I had my fine line, I went on the outside of it and I laid down this 3/4 inch masking tape. I put a little paper on the back side of it. So now what you see here is everything that you see that's black is going to be red. Everything underneath here is going to remain black. So I got this all set. Here's my rear fender, and you can get kind of an idea at this point is the whole back of it is going to be black, the whole front of it's going to be red. So I've got these all taped off and everything. I'm ready to go. I'm going to get the shop cleaned up a little bit, get my guns ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put the red on this.